TIFU a visit from St. Dickmas, NSFW. It was the night before Dickmas, when all through the house not a kitten was stirring, not even Klaus. The robes were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that street Dickmas soon would be there. The kitties were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of catnip danced in their heads, and Mama in her fishnet, and I in my cap. She had just given me the brain to start a long winter's tap. Pulling out of her banana there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the floor she flew like a flash, nearly hitting the wall and threw up on her sash. The moon on her breast of the new fallen hoe, gave a lustre of terror to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes did appear, but a blacked out wife and my face full of fear, with a little button press so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must have been my banana. More rapid than eagles the EMTs came, whistled, and shouted, and asked me to relay, now, dildos. Now, butt plugs. I ploughed my dear vixen on counters, on sofas, on tables with banana stains, on the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. We screwed away, screwed away all. And just after the wild hurricane fly, when I pulled from the brown hole, after came inside, down to the floor my baby flew. The box full of toys, and my Dickmas seed too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard from her cooch, the twitching and shaking of each little hoof. As I drew in my head, and was turning around, when I went down the chimney street, Dickmas came while she was bound. The restraints were comfortable fur, a blindfold around her head to stilettos on foot, and all her clothes were all tarnished with whipped cream and cheesecake, a bundle of toys we had flung on into her crack, and she then came to like a klutz who just hit their head with a whack. Her eyes, how they twinkled. Her embarrassment, how merry. Her cheeks were like roses, her nose redder than cherry. Her droll little mouth was drawn up like a scrunch. She once again decided to vacate her lunch. The stump of a stethoscope the EMT held tight like a leash, and his partner, circled near his head like a wreath. My wife's long face said there's still pain in her belly. That shook when she moved, like a bowl full of jelly. He was calm and understanding, short like elf, and I laughed when I realized, in spite of myself, a wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and took all her vitals, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, explained it was because up the chimney I rose. They sprang to their ride alone, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Dickmas to all, and to all a good night. TLDR, I knocked my wife out with coconut on Christmas Eve, and the EMTs could barely keep it together when I told them graphically what happened. She's physically okay now, but dead from embarrassment. And then, in a twinkling, I heard from her cooch, the twitching and shaking of each little hoof. Why does her cooch have hooves? I feel like this could have been a good story if you wrote it as such. I could barely grasp the events going through the rhyme scheme, and the TLDR left me wanting the whole story. I can't stop laughing, thank you. Cringe. What exactly was the science behind this? Sounds like vasovagal syncope, but I can only discern so much from the post. Grimacing face. If so, some trigger, intercourse here, causes a neural reflex that can cause bradycardia, slow heart rate, and or peripheral vasodilation/venodilation. Blood vessels become bigger, which result in hypotension, low blood pressure. If your BP is too low, the brain isn't well perfused, not getting enough nutrients because of the decrease in blood flow, and the body syncopates, faints, in order to help the brain get more blood flow. Instead of being all the way at the top, the brain is now at the same level as the rest of your body. Since you're lying flat, most of your blood is in your legs, so being flat means the blood flow doesn't have to fight as much against gravity to get to the brain. Hope that makes sense. Edit, added science. TIFU by masturbating myself until I passed out. I didn't think it would ever come to this. I never thought that I would be posting on TIFU, let alone about something like this. Well, we all do things in the heat of passion, I suppose. Some background information: I've been real sick with the flu for 4 days. I had been couch-ridden for all of those days. Until today, that is. So as a teenage guy, I frequently cheesecake, I suppose, maybe above average? 1 to 2 times a day, I'd say, depending on the day. Well, here I am being sick for 4 days, unable to do anything about this issue. Now, I didn't really pay too much attention to it. It wasn't really a big deal for me. That is until I got into the shower after all this time. I decided it would be a good idea to zucchini in the shower with max heat, while still being completely sick and not having eaten all day. The second I finished, my vision started fading out, my legs went weak. I was able only to clear my search history before I lost all motor control. I tried calling my mother on my phone just in case this is how I die. Naked in the shower. Luckily I was able to muster up the strength to turn the shower off, grab a towel, and walk to the closest couch and faint there. Was out for a good 3 minutes before regaining feeling in my left hand. 10/10 best nut in a long time toe. TL, doctor was sick, busted nut, almost busted head. Do you watch banana in the shower on your phone? Up in here with the important questions. I didn't think it would ever come to this. Sorry, I laughed too hard at that first sentence. I can read the news title: Florida man dies while masturbating in the shower. I hate when I butternut other people. Personally, I love to cheesecake other people. You gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket. TIFU by going to the bathroom with morning wood. In nothing but boxers. It's 8:30 a.m., pretty early for my household, and like many men, I awake to a morning wood and the need to piss. This MW was particularly annoying, and I knew it would go away once I went to the bathroom. But that means I needed to get there. So I rolled out of bed, eyes still half closed cause I still wanted to be able to go back to sleep easily, and waltzed down the hallway to a closed door with an almost full morning wood in boxers. Who would be upright now? I thought to myself. Nope. My 17 years/old sister swings the door immediately open, the entire way open. She was brushing her teeth. Also note that while I'm in sleepy mode, she is fully awake and alert, getting ready for her day. No, someone's in here to act as a safeguard this time. So me in my delirious half-sleep state mumbles, "Can I use bathroom?" She responds, after looking me up and down, "What?" At this point I'm trying to turn away, to hide myself. By the way, turning is a horrible idea in hindsight. Now to be clear, I wasn't pitching a full tent at this point, but the damage had already been done. So I literally say, "Sorry Illinois, be back," as I'm turning away to walk back to my room. What a dumb thing to say. Who the butternut says he'll be back? Besides the butternut Terminator? It also implies I forgot something. SMH should have just said never mind or something. I hear her go down the stairs like 20 seconds later, so that's when I went to the bathroom. I had shrunk down to an inch at that point, understandably, but my suspicion is that she was so weirded out that she migrated to the downstairs bathroom. I want to die. Edit, I'm 21, she's 17. DL, doctor went to bathroom with a morning wood. Sister swings the bathroom door open with no warning and looks me up and down. Now I must live with the embarrassment and awkwardness that may follow. I'm sure I've seen this storyline on Pornhub, different ending though. I'm sure your sister was aware that you had a coconut before you provided proof. You'll be okay. How old are you? I bet if you are old enough to have morning wood, everyone in your family has seen it. It's just a cheesecake, not an intercontinental ballistic missile. Move on. This guy be browsing Reddit like next. It happens, and with 17 she should be mature enough to not freak out, I think. Smile. TBH, while 17-year-olds are usually sexually active or at least knowledgeable, I have met a lot of girls older than that who don't know about morning wood. It's something that doesn't usually come up until you are in LTR. How old are you? If you're younger, then it's probably not that weird for her to have seen you like that, considering you grew up together.